Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. We will be doing a quick collective reading. So let's dive in. If this is your reading, let's see if it could be your reading just by some zodiac signs who are reading from this collective to start us out. This could be about a relationship we're about to cover. Could be about your purpose, your life path. So let's go ahead and see what the collective reading is. What are the most vital messages for the collective? So I could be reading for a masculine who has air sign placements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could be them. There's something about maybe a love situation on your mind, for sure. And you could still feel attached or emotionally attached to something with the Eight of Cups in the reverse here. Let's get your advice for this collective. What is the vital action? There's something about choosing a higher path, maybe. It's kind of like in this card, right? The Lover's upright in this deck. She has two different choices, the crowd or something stable, something long-term, but it might not be as popular. So for this collective that we are reading for, what is their most important advice from the highest teams of love and light? Healing, the star here. So I think somebody else got this in the reading today, so you might want to check out my other place readings if you know your placements. But this is healing energy, Aquarius energy. Yeah, the Hangman in the reverse. This could mean like someone's very unwilling to see a different perspective potentially. So that could be a part of your advice. But let's go ahead and see if AI can give us some extra clues. The Hanged Man reversed plus the star card as advice. The combo of the Hangman reverse and the star suggests by letting go of stagnation, embracing new perspectives, you find hope, healing, and inspiration to move forward even after a period of indecision or resistance. So maybe somebody was resisting something, you could have been resisting something and you didn't know why. Maybe there's some kind of like emotional healing that you had to do. The reversed Hangman indicates you have been stuck or resisting necessary change, while the star encourages you to reconnect with your inner strength, cultivate optimism, and take inspired action towards your dreams and aspirations. So, especially if you were in a period of heartbreak or pain or something. So, let's get you guys a advice card for this collective that we're reading for. What's your advice from the highest teams of love and light for this specific collective reading? What is the most important vital advice from the highest timeline? We're going to reshuffle because, I don't know, this deck doesn't really do... There's something about, maybe we'll keep it. Peonies, it says, it is time to, but it was reversed. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some, actually we are in autumn, so why not grab kind of, well, maybe not technically autumn, but tell me more for this collective. Someone here could have an accent or something. Allow your breath to expand and fill your heart. Breath work. So you could be like inhaling golden white light from heaven, exhaling golden energy into your auric field. Maybe you're learning about, listening to near-death experiences, finding space, soul nourishment, and freedom. Okay, your body contains your spirit, contains your soul, but your spirit is boundless and needs more ample space to express itself in every way necessary for you to feel fulfilled. So maybe you were limiting yourself. It's interesting, there's a star on the top of her head, right? So as a part of your advice, the star, right? And this could be to help you move towards your north node. You might need to check out your birth chart's north node, which house it's in, do some research on that. For example, if you had north node in the 7th house, it would be your good karma in this lifetime to go towards relationships, but this would be something that would be unfamiliar to you. It wouldn't feel natural at first, at least. So if, for example, if you had north node in the opposite axis of the 1st house, for you, your past life involves, which I have this placement, would involve relationships as being a natural part of your life. It's something you're naturally drawn to, but it's not something good for you. You need to, or I need to go towards the 1st house, which is advocating for myself, everything that the 1st house represents. So you can do your research on your own birth chart. I suggest AstroSeek's website, enter your birth date information, use the whole sign house systems, and use the true north node in the settings calculator to find that out. But let's continue. Every breath you take has at one point or another touched every surface on Earth. Every animal has felt the breath you now take in. Every ocean, sea, and river has held the air within its molecules, and this air has fallen to the ground to nourish plants in the form of rain. You too are limitless and expansive as the air you breathe, yet you haven't given yourself the space to explore all your desires. This card comes to you to encourage you to follow all intuitive pings that stir your soul. So maybe you're like having awakenings. The star card can also represent like connecting with the divine Aquarius energy. There's even like literally a spirit there. I don't know how much I can show. She's not really wearing a shirt, but if you're interested in trying something new, like a hobby or exploring a different place to live, then give yourself permission to wonder, what if? So maybe you're doing like manifestation methods or scripting. I was listening to this guy this morning. He was talking about like Reiki and energy and how he was like pulling things towards him. or something like that. So maybe check that out. Maybe I can give you his name. Oh wow, my phone just buzzed like a motherfucker as soon as I touched it, but whatever. Yeah, do your own research. There's different manifestation methods, Neville Goddard or scripting or whatever. Or just it's all about visualization and feeling it, really. Like if you want, like imagine it happening in real time, right? What could happen if you did what made you happy versus what you're expected to do? So there was something here about we saw on that card, right? It was like choosing the path that everybody else tells you to go down, but it's a dark path and they're all confused and they're all lost. I mean, one person is smart, a group of people, idiots. Idiots. They're like, it's like crowd mentality. It's like, it's just dumb sometimes. Okay, what does this say? Sorry. Skip too fast. So don't jump ahead like I did too fast. What could happen if you did what made you happy versus what you expected? How might you experience more passion and fulfillment and even courage if your decisions are based on what brings you joy? I'm hearing Freebird. So receiving this card is your invitation to ponder what could be. You don't have to act on anything that doesn't feel like the right way forward. So this could be about sensing, like maybe playing with your intuition. So like, if I follow through on this feeling, was this intuition or just fear? And when you follow through with it, you're like, oh no, this was intuition, or you're like, oh no, this was a fear based. So now you're able to discern what's fear, what's intuition. Instead, think of this process as a trial period, a chance to try something on with a guarantee it can be returned if it doesn't fit. For now, allow yourself to explore the possibilities and see where this leads. So this could be about allowing yourself to expand and explore, right? The North Node. So yeah, because the South Node represents an area of our chart. These are eclipse points, by the way, South Node and North Node, which is fading out of our life. And the North Node is something that we can build and create. So alrighty, what is the potential if they explore their possibilities? Maybe you need to work with your prayer team. Nature could be relevant as well here. But maybe you need to ask for miracles. You ask and you shall receive. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for happiness and joy and fun surprises. A lot of stars on our shirt. What's if they expand and if they do this advice that I'm saying, or you're saying, God, what is the future? Wow, coming away from the devil, letting go of all and any fears, like really overcoming something, ending karmic cycles, repetitive patterns. This is like, let's actually search it up so you get more clarity. So we are having Saturn finish up, right, in Pisces. So that's a huge 30-year cycle finishing and completing. So it's a great time to like wrap up lessons. The devil card in Saturn represents maturity, lessons, never going back. You can't go back. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube type of energy. Okay, devil reverse typically means to liberation, breaking free from self-imposed limitations and unhealthy attachments or detrimental habits and beliefs. It's a shift away from temptation, materialism, and bondage, encouraging a move towards personal freedom, self-esteem, and a more balanced lifestyle. So beautiful energy. Let's get you some juicy messages. This could be something about a commitment or belief system. This could also be about real estate or a home change. Let's see your messages for this collective. You could be dealing with a Libra. Collective messages for this collective from the highest teams of love and light. There's something changing. There's a potential for change, but you have to be the one to spin the wheel or something. So we only have 2 from the bowl. Stay present is most important, so grounding down, and it says reevaluate people. So this could be people around you, people that you're interacting with, what they've taught you, what your experience has been. Maybe somebody here likes cheese, or someone's cheesy. Those you are detaching from have already overstayed their welcome in your life. Anything else for the collective? Someone here could be gay. Collective messages for the collective. Misery, they could be miserable or something. Collective. It says sending you evil eye. Yikes. Anything else? So yeah, you might need to like elevate your frequency. Collective messages. Overcome something, so much strength that they have there's no choice other than your reality to match it. Okay, let's see. Collective. Following through on your intuitive guidance will be important. I heard this great, well, it's not a great story, but I've heard it so many times. So it's like those people who ignore their gut feeling. If it's like, don't go on that trip or don't open that door, and they ignore and they're like, no, there's no reason to, and they literally regret it. Like when they open the door, it's like a robber, and it's like they had a near-death experience. Obviously, like they were accosted, and so collective. Don't ignore your intuition for sure. It says they want your crown. It was sideways or reversed. So maybe somebody thought somebody wanted someone's crown or something like that. Talk less at this time, listen more, respect self. So this could have been in the past, or somebody was very quiet in the past. You don't tolerate other people's shadows. So maybe somebody was operating from a really like shadow-based perspective or something, but there is something here about the North Node in the 7th house for sure. Balance, cooperation, partnership as a part of your destiny, or this could be a part of your destiny or something like that. Let's get you a wisdom of the oracle. And we'll roll some dice, collective. Wow, okay. Sagittarius, travel energy, expansion energy here, Gemini energy, Virgo energy. This could be a new mindset and a new way of reciprocating or something about work could be changing or ending. Anything else for the collective? Nice themes of love and light, guardians and guides. Okay, change in the wind. Interesting. Someone could have been quite sad in the past, but it looks like things are changing. 12 could be a number you're seeing a lot, or Taurus energy. 16 could also be relevant. It says... A sense that unseen change has been initiated, a preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and to resist change, especially if you have like Taurus or fixed sign placements, or Aquarius placements, or Scorpio or Leo. To want the world to remain consistent like the zebra stripes, yet nothing in human experience is black or white, nor will anything remain static. One thing guaranteed is change. Now is the time for transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires or expectations. I'm seeing chicken. Maybe somebody's eating chicken or something. There could be something about like jerk chicken or something. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life isn't about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what comes in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other. The stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves, but these rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth and a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Yeah, maybe there's like a maturity, or there's like a need for like a relationship to get really grounded or serious right now, or there's like an ending. It's either like a Saturn will either destroy your relationship because it's a lack of maturity, or it will force you to work on it, or it will force you to become mature. Rest assured that whatever's happening now, good comes from it. Take temporary shelter and move yourself from drama. I mean, the moon is squaring Chiron as I'm recording this. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. As you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing. Yeah, because it's basically if you initiate the change, the universe will work with you. If you are resistant to that change, it's kind of like punishment, right? Because you're not moving. Like if the cow's not moving, and you haven't, and I can't get you to move with an apple, I can't get you to move with anything else, well, it's going to now take a shocking prod. It's going to take a storm, right, before that cow moves. So this is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps your opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain things are not going as planned. Circumstances, and there's that saying, right, God laughs at your plans. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All be well, even better, actually. Trust. Beautiful. So... let's see if we have any other last messages. Let's pull some extra from here for the collective. You're being guided, though, for sure. Like, you can see how in this boat she looks, like, sad or whatever, but there's, like, this face, and it's, like, guiding her, and it's, like, she might feel like, her ship is sunk. She's in the middle of the ocean. She doesn't know where to go. She's looking for a rescue. Anything else for the collective? Because somebody needs to integrate the lessons. This could be somebody who has like Native American heritage or past lives as that. Yeah, there's some kind of like love life situation that could need healing or need to change in perspective. Yeah, interesting. Something with the father. You could be reflecting on your father and his relationships or the lessons he's learned. Anything else for the collective? Phobias. Somebody's fears got in the way of a relationship. They need to change your perspective about this. Yeah, somebody did not rely on the angels or did not work with the angels I see in the past. And it's like you need to work with them, right? Ask for intervention, ask for help, ask for guidance, right? Asking you shall receive. Actually, let's pull an angel. What is the collective's advice from the highest timeline teams? Love and light, moonlighting. This could be about working on careers, something about moon time, or like I'm seeing somebody go out at night with somebody or something like that. Like, I don't know. Have courage to ask for and accept help, and obstacles or blocks are lifted. Visualize abundance in all forms. So it's like when you feel it. Yeah, especially if you're concerned about your money or something like that. So interesting. Let's get you some last messages if you have anything else for the collective. Any last messages? You could be switching up the game, or there's a need to switch up something. Switch up characters, switching up something. Especially if somebody was conniving. Maybe they need to operate in a way that's not so conniving. I don't know. controlling, insecure. I don't know. It says stay grounded, protect yourself. It's kind of sideways, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe there's a change that you're going through. Let's see more. Obviously, we got change in the wind, right? Collective messages. Someone could have been intimidated or by someone or something. It says time is money. Checking on your manifestation constantly sows doubts in the mirror of reality. Relax and receive. I heard this great metaphor today. It's like when you order at a restaurant. You don't go to the back and say, "Is my order done yet?" You don't bug the waiter 30 million freaking times. Like, "Is the food here yet?" You just place the order. Like, give it a second, right? No need to feel insecure. And we have, you are supported, always have been, realizing this. So this helps you to not be insecure, right? It actually, you realize you have no reason to be insecure when you're working with God. And it says, back better than ever. It says, wanted you to feel what they're feeling, projecting. Manipulation, not genuine. So it's kind of sideways. Take it slow is here. It says, angels/spirits are blocking them. It says they can't come with you. It was in the reverse, so they definitely can't if they're coming with bad intentions or negative energy or fears or insecurities. Your manifestations are multiplying. And reality mirrors you. And making room for positive energy. And he is connected to karmics and third parties. So maybe somebody needs to like close out cycles with like karmics or third parties or something like that. But I'm going to end it there. Thanks for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care.